Good morning. Mr. Chairman, distinguished senators, thank you for inviting me to attend this hearing to speak about the serious issues surrounding the MTA police radio communication system. As a brief history, the MTA PBA, the organization that represents the lieutenants, sergeants, detectives, and police officers of the MTA Police Department, filed a complaint with the New York State Department of Labor's Public Employee Safety and Health Office on the inadequacies of the MTA Police Department's radio system in July of 2001, prior to the horrendous attacks of September 11th. For the purpose of keeping my comments short, I will say that the report and attached order confirmed what we all knew. The radio system for the MTA Police does not work. We have been through many years and many administrations at the MTA, and until just a couple of years ago, the MTA was not serious about fixing the problems of the radio system. This, however, is not the case presently. Under Jay Walder's direction, who's the present chairman and executive director of the MTA, coupled with the hard work and dedication of our former director of security, William Morange, the radio project took on a new life. And I am pleased to say that we have made more progress in the last 2 years than the previous 8 combined.
I understand that things seem to be working, at least progressing better than they have in the past. But just so we understand it, at this point, where are we? What's the status when it comes to communication, and what needs to be done in a partnership with the members that you represent?
Well, right now, the status of the communication system is the same as it was when we filed the complaint.
Which is, repeat that date?
We filed it in July of 2001. Now, over the many years, the project is a multi-million dollar. We're talking about over the first 8 years, they were projecting $200 to $300 million, because we go from Montauk to Poughkeepsie to Port Jervis, into Staten Island, and into New Haven, Connecticut. So to fix the radio system, now, and like I said, in the 2 years since Bill Morange and Jay Walder took over, they put new management in charge of the project. They've been able to identify cost savings measures, and they think that they can fix the problem with the money they've already set aside, which is in the neighborhood of $100 million.
So this, and let's just understand that the Federal Department of Homeland Security has spent over $100 billion in grants throughout the United States of America. So this is a large number. But I just so people know, whether it be in the media and other people who are attending and the senators who are here today, when you say you cannot communicate, it doesn't work, can you specifically explain what you mean to an officer on the line today, what that means?
If there's a smoke condition on a train in Penn Station, unknown cause, and the police officers in Penn Station go into that tunnel, they can't communicate with each other, with the police department, with the fire department, with the New York City Police Department. They can't communicate with anybody. They might as well, leave their radio at the base of the tunnel. The radio system doesn't work in tunnels, doesn't work on board trains, doesn't work in buildings, which is most of the area we cover. If you stand between the running rails on the railroad and you transmit, you probably, on a clear day with no obstructions, you probably will be able to communicate with somebody.
How old is that system?
It's the same system I was in place when I got hired 20 years ago, and it didn't work then.
The problems that were seen on that day is the interoperability of agencies. So you're here just to say that at this point, that you cannot communicate, your officers cannot communicate, your men and women cannot communicate in your own department.
That's right.
And then there's a larger issue of interoperability that still, nearly 10 years after 9/11, has still not been addressed.
Right.